I love the lights, the decorations, and giving gifts to family and friends.
I'm Crystal, and I love the season because we get to fluff pillows for so many wonderful guests over the holidays.
And I'm Jan, and I love Christmas at Palm Garden because we make everything festive and fun while we remember the reason for the season.
From all of us to all of you,
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden.
Thank you, ladies. Let's see, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Beautiful day, a little bit on the cool side. Let's see, the weatherman, the amateur weatherman, which is me, says, I'm actually copying from AccuWeather.
Oh, okay.
You know that, right? 41 degrees right now. No mention of rain today or tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow climbing to 72, so not that cold, really. I guess we're done with this cold as it's going to be for a little while. And if you're from Wisconsin, you know it's not cold at all.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
I could see my breath this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was great. I was, all the way in because I thought that was so cool.
That's how we get our thrills.
I know. It's like, this is great.
I can see my breath. It's snowing elsewhere in the country, but hey, I can see my breath. Saturday looks like the day we're going to see rain. Oh, Sunday, I'm sorry. Sunday is the day we're going to see rain all day, it looks like. So.
Oh, okay.
And then it's not really cooling down at all. It looks like Christmas Day, Wednesday, is going to be really nice. 76 degrees, 53 at night. Yeah, that's a good day to be in Florida. That's one of the things when you're visiting from up north, you come to Florida, you say, I went swimming on Christmas Day.
That's right, exactly.
A lot of people like to make that claim, right? Galen Unold is on the phone. He probably couldn't care less about swimming on Christmas Day. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. And where are you today?
Heading to Gainesville today.
So I have here, let me tell you what I have here. Let me tell you why I have what I have first. If you ever listen to Dana in the afternoon, and I'm not making fun of her, I like her, but she has this segment she calls Florida Man. And like all the dumb stories out of Florida are what she likes to showcase. And I could make an argument that I could pick any state in this country and find a dumb story from some dumb person in each state. I don't know why she picks on Florida.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay? So, I have some times in 2019 that will make you proud to live in Florida. I have the Florida Pride stories today.
All right.
All right? Yeah, okay, good. How is the blood supply? Let's go there first.
Yeah, we're right at again, 2.5 day blood supply. Usage is pretty high. The roads are starting to fill up already with traffic. We're, 6 days away from Christmas, and you can start to feel the traffic, and that means more accidents. So please just get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Yeah, did you hear about that pothole they're calling it on I-4? 30 cars were damaged.
Yeah.
Did you hear that story?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it's I-4. Drive at your own risk.
Can you believe 30 cars, though? There's something wrong with that picture. That sounds like either a water main broke and washed it away, or there was actually a little sinkhole or something.
Yeah, it could have been a pothole. I mean, it could have just been where, that's pretty much what makes a pothole, right? Is some type of an erosion underneath.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. What's the difference, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I guess the size matters. But, if you hit a pothole and let's say you're going 80, it can do some real damage to your suspension and bend the rim and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's obviously.
And there's absolutely nothing you can do to you can't sue anybody. Your insurance isn't going to cover it. That's just coming out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I want to make sure we thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. If you go to Palm Garden right now, you'll see their beautiful decorations. We saw them the week or so ago, right? We went over there.
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful.
Go to Palm Garden, take a tour, see why we recommend them. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I will never, ever need a health and rehabilitation center. If you are correct, then good for you. We don't want you to have to be in a place. But if you do have to be in a place, we want to make sure you know of the good ones. And this is the good one. This is a skilled nursing facility. The people are outstanding, which is always number one. The food is great, always important. The activities are plentiful, lots of that. They have a quiet space, like for your own, just get away from all the noise, sit there and read a book or whatever. They have a garden with ducks in it. The ducks don't belong to them, but they show up, right? And just lots of fun. It's a good place to be if you have to be in a place like that. Skilled nursing. Go to Palm Garden, 2700 Southwest 34th Street. And Penn Flooring. Same thing. I mean, you don't want to go to a floor store a lot, right? That's the kind of place you go to once in a while.
Exactly.
Go there
Exactly.
and
It's
take
perfect.
care of the flooring in your home or office, make it more beautiful from the floor up, and say thank you for sponsoring Galen's daily reminder that we need to be donating blood, otherwise there is no blood supply. Their address for Penn Flooring is 1201 Southwest 17th Street.
Yep.
All right,
Beautiful
now
place.
we get to the fun part, Galen. You ready? You should
Yes.
be. Dana won't mention these stories. She'll tell you all the goofy, stupid people that we have in our state, but she won't tell you about these amazing students at Seminole Ridge High School in Westlake in 2019. Guess what they did?
What'd they do, Larry?
They built 8 homes. They
Wow.
built 8 homes and gave them away.
Wow.
They partnered with
But they work with Habitat for Humanity?
Exactly. They worked with Habitat. They built a 1,200-foot square house from the ground up. This was the 8th time the high school has built and donated a home.
Cool.
Be proud of that. Oh, I made a mistake. They did one this year, but they've done it for the last 8 years. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's cool.
So every year they build a house for somebody.
Uh-huh.
That's
That's
pretty-
amazing.
Can you imagine the life lessons that those students got that they take away from that?
Uh-huh. Sure.
I mean, think about that. How many things in home repair do I not know how to do? Almost everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's great.
But the most important life lesson is working together and donating your time for those in need.
Should've
That's
been-
the most
You
important.
could have been a pastor, Robin.
No, no, I do have some other kind of thoughts.
All right, here's another reason to be proud. This was a neighborhood in Tallahassee. I'm trying to figure out if I have the name of the neighborhood. Maybe there is no name. Anyway, there was a baby that was abandoned, and the community came together after a new mother was struggling with addiction and homelessness. The community got together to help make sure that baby Milo had everything he needed. Donations of formula, diapers, and baby clothes.
Aw,
There you go. Took care of that baby.
nice.
Reason to be
Yeah.
proud of Florida.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go. During Hurricane Dorian in 2019, Tom Golisano is the chairman of the Golisano Foundation, and he offered his yacht, called the Laurel, to rescue 50 dogs and deliver 30 tons of supplies to the Bahamas.
That is pretty amazing. All givers.
Yeah, what about the people?
No, the people they're stuck there.
Animals first. That's on the side
I'm
of the
just amazed that people put all that time, energy, and effort into an animal, but won't put all that time, energy, and effort into a human.
Well, I'm assuming that some humans were helped by the bananas. Let's see. Here's another one. This is out of Lee County. A dog named Chance was found wandering through backyards with his mouth taped shut.
Oh,
Remember this story?
I do remember.
Yeah.
The dog was adopted and deputized by the sheriff, and he now works as a goodwill ambassador for the sheriff's office down there.
Yeah. People are so mean.
Yeah.
Another dog star, Galen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for
Well,
Flo.
that one just tells you why people would rather give their time, energy, and money to a dog instead of to a human, because a human taped that dog's mouth shut. You know. So.
A human did tape the dog's mouth. Right?
Yeah, that human
But-
doesn't care.
But all the humans that show up at LifeSouth, every single one of them
Uh-huh.
is there to help another human, right?
Right. That's exactly right.
Can't give blood to a dog.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Here's another reason to be proud of Florida. After Edward Pearson died at the age of 80, there were no family members that anybody could find. The funeral director put a request in his obituary. Long story short, more than 4,000 people arrived to pay respects at the National Cemetery in Sarasota because guess what? He was a veteran,
Oh, my.
a World War II
Yeah.
veteran. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the. I remember reading that, and going, well, there you go. People, there. It gives you hope in humanity.
You want to feel
I think
proud?
we all know what's right, and I think we all know what we're supposed to do. We're just selfish.
Think about the kids from the military academy here in Marion County. They had the rug pulled out from under them, and they got busy trying to raise money.
Right away.
It turned out that you can't save something that somebody has already killed, but they tried. I mean, these were we had about a dozen kids in here, Galen, yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago.
2 days before. Yeah.
And oh my gosh, these kids have their act together. They're going to be good adults when they get older.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Yeah, I found out some more. I mean, they've been trying to fundraise for it since for the last 5 years, and they kind of knew that this date was coming, that's the day they would run out of funding. So everybody at that school knew it was coming. I don't think anybody was shocked.
Did.
They just announced it to the public at that time.
Now, when you say everybody, do you mean the students?
I don't know what the students know. I know administration knew.
Right.
Money was going to run out at this date. The teachers knew. So, I mean, it's sad that they just couldn't secure the financing.
All right. Well, let me say something based on what you just said right there, because this is a problem. When you go to a small radio station like WOCA and you say, can you help us out? We're going to disappear if we can't raise any money. And if it's an organization that we embrace, like a school for autistic children or a school, period.
Yes.
Right? We will shout it as loud as we can and as often as we can. And we don't make a big difference by ourselves. But what happens is the snowball effect. Because all of a sudden you have people from Channel 20, and that's a little bit bigger. And then Channel 2,
Yes.
which is a lot bigger. And the Star Banner, which reaches a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes the Associated Press has even picked up on. We've had 2 stories that CNN has picked up on.
Exactly. Yep.
So I guess the point is, reach out to everybody in the media that you can and find somebody who will get the word out that you're looking for some help.
Yeah.
You know, it could be us, it could be any of the radio stations, and we're probably all not able to help out with every situation, but somebody out there will. You got to work the media.
Yeah, you do.
Got to work the media. All right, let's see. Another reason to be proud to live in Florida. In August, about 100 people gathered in Merritt Island to celebrate the wedding of a 91-year-old lady and a 95-year-old man. There you go. That's a funny one.
Well, there was an open bar. I mean, there was that made it a little easier.
Oh, there you go.
Did you happen to see that video, by the way, that couple?
I did. I remember that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't like March, right? March?
It says August.
Yeah, August. All right. Yeah, I knew it was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
She said on the newscast, "You better lay down on me tonight." Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Got to be consummated, right?
You better not fall asleep. I'm hoping for this now.
That's right.
All right, and the next one. When 11-year-old Mark went through more than 60 foster homes and one failed adoption before he was adopted by his fathers, Larry and Jonathan, in April, the Fort Walton Beach couple had been working to finalize Mark's adoption for months. When asked how excited he was for the adoption to be final, Mark simply said 100. Well, there you go. They threw one of those stories in there.
There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, I saw an adoption story, and the child was they have like adoption day at the courthouse, and one of the kids invited all of his classmates. Did you see that one?
No.
Everybody that was in his class
No.
came to the adoption ceremony at the courthouse. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, you had that in News Bites.
Did I?
Yeah,
I
a
forget
few
everything.
days ago. You had that in News Bites.
forget
Yeah,
everything.
We did that one. That was a great story, Galen. Thank you for bringing that up.
That was pretty good.
Yesterday we went to Goodwill to get some toys for a toy drive.
Yep.
And there was a lady there buying toys for her adopted grandchildren.
3.
And I said to Robin, how do you adopt grandchildren? Wouldn't they be your children? And then Robin explained to me.
Well,
No, it didn't occur to
brought
me.
up an example.
No, it didn't occur to me that, yeah, people adopt their grandchildren. If something happens to the children, God forbid, then the grandchildren need a home, and they don't become children all of a sudden. They stay grandchildren.
Yeah, they're not wards of the state.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one, Galen. When high school football players went to a 6-year-old's birthday party after none of his friends showed up.
Yeah, I saw that.
There
That
you
was a
go.
good one.
None of his friends showed up.
Oh.
The high school football
Yeah.
players showed up.
I was like, where's the parents in all this? I mean, I don't know. That's usually, I've been to a lot of parties of that age. It's usually the adults that organize the whole thing.
Right.
It's not like that 6-year-old's friends can get in the car and drive, or even ride their bike. That's the parents have to get on the phone. So.
Yeah.
Worked out for him.
Let's see. This was in the town. I'm looking for where this is. Oh, Navarre? Where is Navarre High School? Navarre High School. Do you know where that is?
I think it's outside of Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Navarre. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
South of Orlando.
Here's another reason to be proud to be a Floridian. When donors stepped up to help pay off a student's school lunch debt, Andrew Levy, a real estate agent in West Palm Beach, paid off nearly $1,000 in outstanding student lunch debt.
Yeah, I remember that story. That one bothered me, and they wouldn't serve the kids anymore.
Right. Yeah, that part bothers you.
Because
Yeah.
they had debt, and that kind of, I can't stand it when kids go hungry.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I can't stand it. So, yeah, that one bothered me, and I was glad that somebody stepped up and just paid all of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Let's see. In October, a yellow northern cardinal was photographed in Port St. Lucie. A bird expert called the sighting 1 in a million because the genetic mutation causes normally red cardinals to have yellow feathers is so rare.
That's a cool picture.
That's a reason to be proud. We had a rare bird in our state.
That's right.
There you go. We got a lot of rare snowbirds. All kinds of strange colors. Yeah, somebody in my neighborhood painted their house a different color. My wife hates it. My son loves it. He goes, man, the more I look at that, the more I like it. And I'm like, okay. My wife's like, I can't believe the whole.
Uh-oh. Galen, you there?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, children
still
are
here.
creative.
Okay. You disappeared for a second there.
It's gonna happen.
In DeLand, Damaris Bellamy struggled to find stability during his 4 years in high school. The teenager went to 3 different schools, was sometimes without a home, even sleeping on the streets occasionally. In May, Bellamy graduated from DeLand High School with honors and set out for the University of South Florida on a football scholarship. There's somebody who made his life better right
Nice.
Sounds like The Blind Side, the movie.
there. Oh,
He
really?
didn't get adopted by rich people. By the way, I just got a text. Navarre is in the Panhandle. It's not far from Pensacola, so I wasn't even close.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here's another one. In May, a sudden downpour scattered attendees at the opening ceremony of the Traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall in Melbourne. There was an 8-year-old girl in attendance. Her name is Ageline Fields. She didn't care about the weather. She stood and she saluted the fallen soldiers.
Oh, that gives me chills.
The photo
That's cool.
was spread all over the internet. I don't remember that photo. Though.
No.
There you go. Another thing to be proud of with Florida, when 3 women broke the rules so hungry people could eat. 3 women who have been feeding the homeless and elderly at various locations around Fort Walton Beach for years were not expecting a visit from police when they decided to set up under the bridge called the Brooks Bridge, despite warnings from police that they would be arrested if they didn't obtain a $100 per week permit. They continued to distribute free meals. You remember that one?
I do.
There you go. Good for them. You need a permit to feed the hungry down here. What's the matter with them?
Yeah.
Who makes up those rules? Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one to be proud of.
Line. Well, you don't want people to set up a food truck in an underpass. I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand why there's a law there. You know, the execution of the laws.
But it doesn't say they couldn't do it. It says they couldn't do it without a permit.
Right. Probably because they need some kind of protection or police. I don't know. Maybe there's a road closure. I don't know. It's an underpass. I don't know if you want people standing out having a cookout on an underpass.
Correct. I don't disagree with that. But I mean, $100 will change anything? How's that going to change anything?
Well, maybe that $100 means they have something safety-wise, so they can. I don't know. I don't want people having an underpass. I don't want people cooking in an underpass.
No, I know. But if you don't want it, you don't want it. You don't want to say, I don't want it unless you pay me $100. As a city.
That's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, okay. Next one. You should be proud because a single mom followed her twin sons to college and finished her own degree. Madeline McClary is the name. She went to Florida A&M University and got a degree in English. How about that?
Nice.
All right.
And the last one on the list, when two teenagers were stranded in the ocean and they prayed for help, and a boat called Amen came to their rescue. Remember that one?
Oh, I remember that one. That was great.
Pretty good.
So there you go.
That's a Hallmark movie.
Some good stories from the state of Florida in 2019. And I'm sure we can think of some of our own, right?
And Hurricane Michael, I mean, right away. I mean, nobody waited for the government here in our community. As soon as Hurricane Michael hit, everybody in our community was together, and they were up there. Sunnies and all that, they were all up there right away.
There you go. That's a good example, Robin. I like that one.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
And we can parlay this whole conversation over to Galen, because there's not one person who has donated to LifeSouth that doesn't, because of Galen, I should say, that doesn't live in this listening area.
Exactly.
Is that fair to say, Galen?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So if you go today to donate blood, you will save some lives, and within the next 3 days, somebody who needs blood will get it because you gave it.
Yeah,
How about that?
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they were really worried about their loved one who's getting their treatment for chemo on December 24th, and she wanted to make sure that they had enough platelets. And she said, "Will these platelets be there for my loved one?" I said, "No, they'll already be used."
Oh my!
She goes, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "You have to." She goes, "Well, I want to make sure they have it." I said, "Good. I'll go get somebody else to come in and donate, and that way everybody gets it." She goes, "Oh, okay, yeah." So.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man!
I thought that was, and I don't think she realized.
Yeah,
She goes, "Well, you can't just keep it." I'm like, "No, it's only good for 5 days, and that unit right there that's coming out of your arm will be in a hospital tomorrow, and it'll be used within the next 2 days."
Yeah, it's a really strong point you just made.
It's an eye-opener.
So that's the message. We have fun with Galen, but the serious element of this whole thing is it's like the chocolate chunk and the chocolate chunk cookie.
Yeah.
It's the important part of the whole thing we do.
That's right.
Everything else is
I
just
didn't know where you were going with that.
cookie. Well, there was a thing on TV the other day. What's the most popular Christmas cookie? And the most popular on ABC Good Morning America was the chocolate chunk cookie. And I said, that's all year long.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
What's
different.
the difference between a chocolate chunk and a chocolate chip? Bigger chips?
Larger chunks.
Yeah, they're big chunks. They're like
Still a
square.
chocolate chip, though, isn't it?
No. Chocolate chips are a uniform shape, and they're smaller. The chunks are like rectangular or octagon or something, and they're huge. They're thicker than a chip.
You bought into that marketing scheme that guy did.
Oh my gosh.
I go to lunch with the same guy almost every day when I'm at work and we're both in the office. And we have an argument it's one of those Hatfield and McCoys. At one point, we're going to begin to hate each other over this argument. And it's very simple. What's the best cookie? Is it a soft cookie that's kind of chewy in the middle? Or is it a crisp cookie that's fully baked and almost burnt? This is a real life issue that the both of us have.
Wow.
And we get along on just not, no, we have a lot of arguments, which is fun, but this is our biggest one.
So here's the way to solve this problem. Put 2 plates of cookies, one that represents one team and the other one the other team.
Well,
And see how
here's the issue.
See how quickly they
So
go.
we eat at different places. We eat at different places. And each place, one of our things we do is we rate their cookies. And so when we go to a place where I like the cookies, I always buy him a cookie. And when we go to a place where he likes the cookies, he always buys me a cookie. Right? And then the other person has to eat it. It's a thing.
How fun.
That's a real thing.
Wow.
That's
great.
These are the big things in my life.
I love this. I love this. This is a great debate.
You know what's going to be interesting? I don't know who's going to go to whose funeral, but whoever goes to the other's funeral is going to bring cookies. I just can't.
Oh, we have bets on all kinds of things, like which one of us is going to go blind first. All kinds of things. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to win now. I mean, he's going to go blind before me. I'm pretty sure. That's almost confirmed.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
Hey, we got to go. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
hey, Bloodmobile today is I forgot, Indigo East. So out on top of the world and at Indigo East.
All right.
Excellent.
I love that little area. Yeah, I love that area.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Great blood drive for us too.
Thank you, Galen, for what you do, and enjoy your day. Be careful out there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You guys are the best.
All
Bye.
right.
All.
Bye. We'll be right back.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection